When plaque silently builds up inside your arteries, it doesn't hurt like a broken bone. It just waits. I still remember a 68-year-old grandfather who walked into my clinic after a small heart scare. On the outside, he looked fine. Inside, his arteries were so narrowed by plaque that one more stressful day, one more heavy meal, could have been his last. If you are over 60, you need to know this. Most people your age have some degree of plaque, and many never find out until it is almost too late. But here is the part nobody tells you. In many cases, this process can actually be slowed and even partly reversed. I am Dr. Anna Laura, and today I will walk you through 4 powerful factors that can help clear plaque and protect your heart. The silent enemy, what plaque really is. If you could see inside your arteries right now, what would you find? Many of my patients imagine a smooth, wide highway of blood. But for most people over 60, that highway has hidden roadblocks called atheromas, plaques that slowly narrow the path. An atheroma is not just fat stuck in the pipe. It is a living, changing mass made of cholesterol, immune cells, and scar tissue that builds up inside the artery wall, often for years or even decades. It usually starts with LDL particles, the delivery trucks that carry cholesterol through your blood. When too many of these LDL particles pass through a stressed or damaged artery wall, they can get trapped. Your immune system, trying to protect you, sends in special cells called macrophages to clean up. They swallow the LDL and turn into swollen foam cells. At first, this is a helpful reaction. But when there is too much LDL, the foam cells become overloaded, irritated, and start sending out alarm signals called chemokines, calling even more immune cells into the wall. Over time, this crowded, inflamed area grows bigger and bigger. Calcium and scar tissue may be laid down over it like a hard cup. You may feel nothing, no pain, no warning. But the channel where blood flows becomes narrower and stiffer, and one day, a piece of this plaque can rupture or a clot can form on top of it, leading to a heart attack or stroke. This is why plaque is so dangerous. It is silent until it is not. The good news, as we'll see in the next chapter, is that this process is not fixed in stone. Under the right conditions, your body has ways to stabilize and even shrink these plaques. Can plaque really regress? Inside your body's cleaning system, now let me give you some hope, because you deserve that. When I show patients their artery scans, I often see fear in their eyes. Doctor, is this it? Is the damage done? And I always tell them, the story of your arteries is not finished yet. Inside your body, there is a quiet cleaning system working every single day. Remember the LDL, delivery trucks, and the foam cells from Chapter 1? They're not the only characters. There is also HDL, often called the good cholesterol. Think of HDL as a rescue bus. It can enter the plaque area, pick up excess cholesterol from those trapped LDL particles and foam cells, and carry it back into the bloodstream to be processed and removed by the liver. This process is called cholesterol efflux, a big word, but it simply means cholesterol flowing out. At the same time, something else very important can happen. The mood of your immune cells can change. When inflammation is high, macrophages behave like angry soldiers, releasing chemicals that attract more and more cells into the plaque. But when the environment becomes calmer, less LDL, less blood pressure damage, less overall inflammation, these same cells can switch into a healing mode. They start releasing anti-inflammatory signals, cleaning up dead or damaged cells, and some of them even leave the plaque area altogether. As they emigrate, the atheroma can slowly become smaller and more stable. Is this magic? No, it is biology. But there is a condition. Your body needs help from you. If LDL levels in the blood remain high, the damage keeps coming faster than the cleanup crew can work. When we lower LDL, reduce inflammation, and support HDL's work, we are no longer just managing numbers on a lab report. We are giving your arteries a real chance to recover. Blood pressure, the pressure cooker that damages arteries. I want you to imagine your arteries as a long hallway lined with very delicate tiles. These tiles are your endothelial cells, a single, thin layer that covers the inside of every artery. When your blood pressure is in a healthy range, the blood moves like a calm river brushing gently against those tiles. But when your blood pressure is high, day after day, that calm river turns into a powerful, pounding stream. Over time, this constant pressure begins to injure the delicate lining. When the endothelial cells are hurt, they change their personality. Instead of acting like peaceful regulators, they become irritated and inflammatory. They produce more oxidative stress, a kind of rusting inside the artery. They start releasing chemokines, tiny chemical messages that call immune cells to the area. They also express special hooks on their surface called adhesion molecules, which make it easier for immune cells to stick to the wall and move underneath it. Once those immune cells move in, they join the developing plaque, feeding the fire of inflammation and accelerating the growth of the atheroma we discussed earlier. This is why, in one of the key studies, people who lowered their blood pressure the most also showed the greatest regression in plaque and artery wall thickness. The numbers on the blood pressure machine were not just better, they reflected a calmer, less inflamed environment inside the arteries themselves. Now, I want to be clear, this research is correlation, not absolute proof. But in real life, in my clinic, I repeatedly see that when patients bring their systolic pressure, that top number, under better control through lifestyle, medication when needed, and careful monitoring their symptoms, stamina, and risk markers improve together. Blood pressure is not just a number to write in a notebook, it is a direct signal about how much daily stress your artery walls are enduring. The three essential factors turning the tide on plaque when we talk about reversing plaque, most people expect one magic pill or one secret food. I wish it were that simple. In reality, the strongest evidence we have points to three factors that work together like a team: lowering LDL, or more precisely ApoB, improving blood pressure, and losing excess weight. Think of them as three legs of the same stool. If one is missing, everything becomes unstable. First, LDL/ApoB. ApoB is the protein that sits on LDL particles. Every LDL particle carries one ApoB. High ApoB means too many delivery trucks crashing into your artery walls. In the studies I analyzed, the people who achieved the clearest signs of plaque regression were those who brought ApoB and LDL down significantly, often through a combination of diet changes, medications when needed, and consistent follow-up. When fewer LDL particles are circulating, less gets trapped in the atheroma, and HDL can finally start clearing out what is already there. Second, blood pressure. You already know from Chapter 3 how high pressure batters the endothelium. When blood pressure improves, those fragile cells calm down, less oxidative stress, fewer inflammatory signals, fewer immune cells being dragged into the plaque. Patients often tell me, I just feel lighter in my chest once their pressure is under better control. That lighter feeling is your arteries breathing a little easier. Third, weight loss. This one is sometimes underestimated, but in almost every study with strong plaque improvement, participants lost weight. Fat tissue is not just stored energy, it is a hormonal and inflammatory organ. Losing even 5–10% of body weight can reduce systemic inflammation, improve blood pressure, and lower ApoB at the same time. In my clinic, I've seen 72-year-old patients who, after combining modest weight loss with LDL control and pressure management, went from high-risk scans to significantly more stable findings over a few years. These three are not quick tricks. They're levers that, when pulled together, shift your entire internal environment from plaque building to plaque clearing. The fourth factor: exercise as your arterial gym. Now let's talk about the factor many seniors fear and secretly avoid: exercise. I want to say this gently but clearly: movement is not punishment for your body, it is a gift to your arteries. In the research I reviewed, plaque regression could happen with diet, weight loss, and blood pressure control alone. That is why I call exercise optional. But when my patients are able to add it safely, it becomes a powerful accelerator. Here is why. During exercise, your heart pumps harder and blood flows faster through your arteries. For a short time, your blood pressure even goes up. That sounds scary, but this temporary rise, together with the faster flow, creates something called shear stress on the endothelial cells, a gentle rubbing force that actually wakes them up in a healthy way. In response, they release nitric oxide, a gas that tells your arteries to relax and open wider. Over time, this repeated signal helps lower your resting blood pressure and keeps the artery lining more anti inflammatory and flexible. Exercise also helps with the other three factors. It can modestly improve your HDL and LDL balance, support weight loss or weight maintenance, and reduce overall inflammation and blood sugar swings. The research we have leans mainly on cardiovascular activities: walking, cycling, light jogging, swimming, or even simple home marching and step ups for those with limited mobility. Some studies include more intense routines like interval training, but that is not where we start at age 60, 70, or 80. One very important warning: if you already have a history of chest pain, shortness of breath with little effort, or known heart disease, you must talk to your doctor and, ideally, do a stress test before starting a new exercise program. I have seen too many brave, determined patients try to push through silently. Your courage is admirable, but your safety comes first. With the right clearance and a gentle start, even 10-15 minutes of walking most days can become your daily medicine for the arteries. Your action plan after 60, turning fear into a daily routine now that you understand the science. Let's turn it into something you can actually live with day by day, meal by meal, step by step. I want you to imagine that from today on, you are not a patient waiting for the next test result, but the guardian of your arteries. Every small choice you make can either feed the plaque or help clear it. Start with your plate. Focus your main meals around real, unprocessed foods: vegetables, fibers like oats, beans, and lentils, healthy fats, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins, fish, poultry, tofu. These choices help lower ApoB/LDL and inflammation at the same time. Limit sugary drinks, processed meats, and deep fried foods, which push LDL and blood pressure the wrong way. Eat slowly and stop when you are comfortably full. This makes weight loss gentler and safer for seniors. Next, your blood pressure routine. Take your blood pressure at home at the same time each day if possible and write the numbers down. Bring this log to your doctor. Together, you can adjust medications, salt intake, and lifestyle. Think of every improved reading as a quiet victory for your endothelial cells. Then, movement. Choose the simplest, safest exercise you can maintain: a 10-20 minute daily walk, gentle cycling, or chair exercises if you have mobility issues. Put it on your schedule like a medicine. If all you can do today is walk to the end of the street and back, that is your starting line, not your failure. Finally, protect your mindset. Aging is not a straight slide into decline. It is a phase where wise, consistent habits matter more than ever. Share this video with a brother, a neighbor, or a friend at your senior center who worries about their heart. Tell us in the comments, which of the 4 factors will you start working on this week? Remember, you are not powerless. You are the most important partner in your own treatment.